So let's start at the beginning. You know, I don't know quite when I started making decisions for myself, but I could remember a little bit. I could remember sitting in my room, playing my game, thinking that the world is easy, that everything is just cake, because I was in school cheating and just having a good time, just enjoying myself. And then all of a sudden I realized that my health was a little bit bad, and maybe I haven't seen a dentist in about a year, and people started telling me about taxes and the fact that I have to get a job and I have to work it for the rest of my life, and I have to pick something though. It's up to me what I get to do, but I guess I'm kind of limited though, because your family is probably going to push you into something, or your friends, or it's a very off chance that you're actually going to be able to actually pick what you want to do. Because I don't know, like people, there's a lot of influence from people. People will influence you to do one thing. Maybe you find a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and then all of a sudden this seems like your purpose, and this is exactly what's going on, right? So like you're in the relationship, everything's dandy, you feel like this person was like your missing piece, and like this person like is solving all your problems, right? But then a couple months go by, maybe a year goes by, right? Flashbang. All right, boom. Everything goes to complete shit. Exactly where you thought you were, now you're a million miles behind. And honestly, that's just life. You're going to have problems constantly. I remember in high school, I would be constantly stressing about every little thing. Now, nothing. It doesn't even matter. I wish that I knew some of the things that I knew now. Not that I know everything now, but just I would be more of myself, because after a certain amount of time of doing things for other people, you start wanting to do things for yourself. Like how if you're in a relationship, right, and you're telling your partner to do one thing, it's only so long that they're going to continue to do that thing for you. Eventually they're going to do whatever they want to do for themselves and go off and like do whatever it is they want to do. Be who, see, talk to, do whatever, right? And you kind of just have to accept that. You have to accept that there's other people in this world, and I guess they also have a life that is as deep and as vivid as yours. And just because you can't let these people's purposes intercept with your purpose as well. So you are given a specific goal. Think about it. Like, think about what you're doing right now, right? You have to have a goal, right? You can't just be floating through life, existing, right? Unless you're on like Kaiser down in Philly, just like, I don't even know, man, just waiting for the next dose or something. I don't know, but you have to actually live life, have goals, and you guys probably know, like, what are you doing? School, work? Something has to be there, right? But think about what's the long term. All right, you think about the long term too, right? Because you're conscious, right? You could think, and like the society we live in is like based on money and like jobs and stuff. So you have to think about where you want to go next, what's gonna make more money, and you have to also think about what you're good at, right? And what you like to do, because they say if you like a job, if you love what you're doing, you won't work a day in your life. Not true. There is stress when it comes to every single thing. There might be easier stress than harder stress, right? But no matter what, you're going to be stressing. No matter what in this life, there's going to be problems, and you're going to have to manage them. Well, I might have already mentioned this, but today I was at school, right? And I was walking, right? And I seen this little gravesite to the side, and they were just stones there, right? And they were sticking out of the ground, and obviously they were people that were dead, but they didn't have any significance to me. I didn't feel anything. I kind of just seen words on stones, and I walked back. I got in my car, and I did my own thing, and I went on my day. But then I was driving, and I realized that in a little bit of time, eventually that will be me. you know, eventually I will also be a random stone. You know, if my family even has enough money to even afford a stone for me when I go. You know, unless I just get cremated, thrown in the ocean, and then, well, no matter what, you started on this earth, right? Like, your energy is here, and it's never going to leave Earth, right? You're just going to go back to exactly where you started. You're going to meet your maker. All that good stuff, right? But nobody tells you about the hardship, the problems, all the things that you have to deal with when it comes to this life. You know, I mean, you have to think about what you have to do. I can't even think about what I'm going to eat tomorrow, you know, or even today, you know, because you have to eat multiple times a day, right? I mean, there's so many things. You're making choices from the moment you wake up till the moment you go to bed. Every single choice also has a cost, right? If you're doing things, bad habits, it's going to show. You might be tired. You might like, your body might react weird, or like you might just like feel weird, like your energy just might be off, you know, but like everything comes with that cost, you know, and eventually you'll see it. You know, I mean, think about grief, you know, like loving somebody. Eventually that person has to go, you know, whether it be from like a disease, whether they leave themselves, just, they're gonna have to leave, you know, and you're gonna have to feel that grief unless you die before them or leave them, or it doesn't matter, but you still have to feel the grief, you know. And sometimes I feel like that is just the price of having a heart, a price of showing empathy, this price of actually caring, you know. But, you know, let's say you're on your phone, right? You're fighting with a kid on the internet, right? You could say, do whatever. There's not really any feeling there. And since you're on your phone, you're desensitized and you don't understand true empathy in the world. You know, you have to realize you have to really care. These people have feelings. You know, sometimes you have to realize that hatred stems from people who hate their own existence. You know, whether it be deep down or showing true. You know, because it's so easy to hate. It's so easy to not like something. It's so easy to put something down. You know, and the same way how it's so easy to do nothing and give up and give no energy, you know, because it's so easy to just, say, that's it. You know, because think about it. The day's over. The headphones are off. No more YouTube. What do you do now? You know, what is the next step? What are you striving towards? What is it you want? You know, because shouldn't everything be fine? Shouldn't everything just be all right then? If you have nothing to work towards, no goals, no nothing. Now, I'm not saying goals and all these things are going to make you have an amazing life. No. In fact, they won't. You know, all you need is a little bit of desire. You know, just that desire to live, because living is a decision, a very big decision, okay? And if you don't make that decision soon, time will slip by. You know, and eventually it'll be 5, 10 years later, and you'll realize that you've changed, and so many things have changed, and now you have to pay these bills, and everything is just so different now. You know, and there's different things you have to worry about, you know? Before you didn't have to worry, you didn't have to care, but now you do. Things are getting serious now. Life just got serious, you know? But that doesn't mean you don't have to deal with all the other pains that life throws at you, like losing family members, getting sick all the time, dealing with arguing with friends, or getting fucking broken up with, or whatever. You know, maybe your wife is gonna divorce. I mean, who knows? You know? Sometimes it can feel like you're at rock bottom, just to flip over and find a more rockier bottom. I mean, you're never gonna reach rock bottom, because just when you reach rock bottom, you're gonna see nothing. Life is just an endless door of nothing. You know, you just keep on opening the door to nothing, every single time. And the only way you actually find something is if you put an effort towards something. You have to actually be active. If you're enjoying your life, at the end of the day, if you really don't care about all this stuff, and you just really are enjoying your life, then I guess you're winning at life, you know, because when I say nobody wins this thing, it's true. You know, you're going to go through problems, you're going to go through stress, but for some reason, I literally looked at my college professor today. It just seemed like he was glowing and just like, he looked like he didn't have any problem. He was talking about like a deer in his yard. They were like showing videos, like these people in my class sound like they're water bottle. Like they may look from the out, they may look outside, like from the outside, it may look like they're not stressed. Like there's no problems in their life. But I don't know them. You know, that's why you never judge people, ever. You never judge anybody. That is a big rule. Never judge anybody inside this world and on earth. Never. Ever. Because you have no idea what a person has been through. You have no idea what a person has seen, what a person has... You just don't know. All right? You never know somebody's situation. You never know exactly what's going on in their life, you know, because maybe things do happen. You never know. You know, this is one big... Everyone's living for the first time, and just be patient. All right? In fact, one thing in this life, patience, okay? Take time. All right? You haven't lived your life yet, okay? I know you want to have the hot girlfriend now, have the super fast cars now, go on the vacations now. It'll come. All right? You just have to work towards it. If you don't continue to work towards it, it'll never come. You know, and that's honestly just the truth. You know, if you don't keep on striving, keep on working towards something, you'll have nothing to show for it. You know, and if you don't lock in and just enjoy the present moment, you know, take it moment by moment. You know, you don't have to stress about everything that's a week ahead, a month ahead. I mean, who knows what's going to even happen tomorrow? You know, it's weird. You know, life is very strange, it's very unique. You know, and once you live it for a little bit, you start to realize, so see the patterns, things start to make sense. Right now, things don't make sense right now, but eventually they will. Eventually, you'll start to see that things that you once liked, now you don't like them anymore. Now you start avoiding your friends, even though that is the only sense of connection or any kind of, like, balance in your life, and you avoid them for weeks, and you sit in your room, and you scroll on TikTok, and you think the world is ending. Your world is ending because it feels like you're falling apart, and you don't know what to do, but here we are. You know, the day still has to continue. You still have to keep going. You still have to keep making choices. Life's weird. Alright? That's why you have to start doing things for you. You know, because if you don't, then everything will start falling apart. You have to have that. You have to be 5,000 steps ahead in this life, you know, because if you don't, things will start falling apart and you'll have no say about it, you know? Control the things you can. Accept the things... Change the things you can't accept and accept the things you can't change. But then what do you do to the things that you can't accept and can't change? You know, or maybe that's different. It doesn't matter. That was a ramble, but maybe that made sense. If you made it to the end of the video, you care about something. You know, maybe it's me. Maybe it's your life. Maybe it's something, but I promise you, no matter what it is that you're going through, it may feel like things are falling apart, that you're walking weird, you know, and just things feel off, you know, but there's always a light at the end of every tunnel, you know, and maybe sometimes your life hasn't even begun yet, you know, and the only way you could start living it is if you choose to start living it. You know, you have to follow whatever your gut is saying and just do whatever it is you want to do. You know, do what you can. You know, you don't have to go out there and be the best thing that ever happened. Just be the best version of you. You know, that's all you ever had to do. Thank you. You know, I appreciate you for making it this far. You know, I do. And if you could do one more thing for me. This is very big. All right, this might be the biggest ask perhaps you've been ever asked before. I want you to stay positive for me. All right? Even though it's hard. Do it for me. Do it for yourself. And enjoy your day.